All right, everybody, this is Jose with Tone Avenue. We have a special guest tonight, Mrs. Jasmine, owner of Blk Healthy and owner of Wonderfully Made. Welcome to Tone Avenue.
Thank you.
Glad to have you with us tonight. So, first of all, I am a fan. I've been following your page for some time now. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity to kind of tell us the history behind. Let's take Wonderfully Made first. And tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Alright, so Wonderfully Made is a brand that celebrates the beauty and the culture of Black women. And with that, it's apparel, but I also wanted it to be a way to create environments, not just for Black women, but for the Black community. So that's where I also create events. Okay. And so like my first event that I had actually was called Lovers and Friends.
Okay.
That happened right before COVID took place. So that was like pretty much about celebrating like Black love and creating a space for not only like Black couples, but for Black individuals to come and like meet people or just to celebrate themselves and their singleness.
Okay.
Maybe like meet new friends. It's like you don't have to be with somebody on Valentine's Day, right? Or you don't have to have a relationship. If you just love yourself and you want to meet like-minded people, like that was the space for it.
Okay.
So that is, I should say, because I'm going to pick it up again.
Okay.
That's the social part for Wonderfully Made, and then Blk Healthy is the health initiative for Wonderfully Made. So it falls underneath the umbrella of Wonderfully Made, and so yeah, I'm about to come up on the year anniversary for that.
Congratulations.
October, thank you. And I'm super excited, and yeah, right now with Wonderfully Made, it's been a little dormant because I've been focusing on Blk Healthy and solidifying that foundation and making it what it's going to be, to help it to grow and evolve, because it's such a massive scale, or I should say massive, but a large scale that I really want to take Blk Healthy to eventually. So trying to focus on that right now and make the improvements as I go along the way.
Okay, got you. So let me ask you, what was the motivation behind your first event? Because I know you've held and have hosted several events in the Spartanburg area, and you have several coming up as well. But what was the motivation to get into the events?
Man, I'm somebody that loves to celebrate. Growing up, I used to dance, I used to sing, I used to be one of the kids that was outside running, and those are memories of like being at cookouts and those sort of things. And so I just know that those sort of things always excited me. Like I just love just seeing people come together and enjoy themselves, and I love me some food. Okay. And now I'm adult now, so I will also say, I have a drink, here and there too. Right. But I just absolutely just love that atmosphere.
Okay.
And so with being in Spartanburg, I've always just wanted to see Spartanburg grow. I've always wanted to see it evolve. And I know people they'll go to Atlanta and they'll go to Charlotte for different things, but it's like we can do this here too.
Right.
It's just you have to make it happen. And so that's what sparked it with having Lovers and Friends. It's like, I don't want to have to go to Charlotte or Atlanta to go to a day party or a fun brunch and that sort of thing, Even if I'm not the person that's constantly having the day parties and so forth, I at least want to be one of the people that kind of ignites that for somebody else who may come up with that, and other individuals that may have these other ideas to bring that certain culture to Spartanburg.
Okay.
And it's got to start with somebody.
True.
So, I'm okay with being that person. I'm okay with being one of those people to do that. I love sparking ideas. I love giving ideas. Like, that is my jam. I can come up with ideas for days.
Okay.
So, like, if what I'm doing can help somebody to, like, branch out and to do that as well, to add to that, like, culture here in the area, like, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I love that. And you're so right. Like, I'm from Greenville, so I've been in the area all my life. But you're right. People from Spartanburg, they always going Atlanta, Charlotte, Greenville. I love the fact that you thought of the concept. Like, we can do the same thing right here in Spartanburg. That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's talk about. Let's get into what events you have coming up, because I know you got quite a bit on the schedule. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So as of this year, so Blk Healthy's been at the forefront. So I have been like collaborating with other people in their events. This year, I helped out with Spring Fling, and they had like a teen area. So I helped in the background with like planning that. And then also there's a 5K that is coming up September 24th with UNCF, where they're raising funds for HBCU students. And so they're having a walk and a run. And then let me go backwards. Last June, there was Blk Healthy, but then also a 5K with the Southside Run Club. And Randy Edwards, who is the creator of that. And I've known Randy since high school. We were in like marching band together, so I've known him for a very long time. And so somehow our journeys connected again.
Okay.
And he's a part of the Blk Healthy Network, and he shared with me, you know, like it was his dream to have his own 5K.
Okay.
And so I was like, let's do it. And so we had our first 5K.
Nice.
In June. So that's what's been going on. And then in October 15th, it'll be the year anniversary for Blk Healthy. And I don't know what's gonna happen after that. So with me, I'm really a like, you know, take it step by step type person. Like, I don't want Blk Healthy to like grow too big where I'm like, what's going on? Like, this is out of control. Like, I'm really, you know, like taking it for what it is, trying out different locations,
Right.
seeing what works, talking to the people that are part of the event and be like, hey, what'd you think about this? Like, what'd you think about the location? Did you feel like the volunteers were helping you? Did you feel like that you got communication, enough and clear communication before the event up until the point of the event? You know, all those different things, because I'm all about experience.
Right.
People can have events all day, but if you're not thinking about the experience, then you're missing the parts. Like, that is a big part of having my events, in my opinion. Like, that's what I do. And the people that for sure trust me and take a chance on me and are a part of my events, like, I'm like, yeah, I gotta make sure that you're happy, and you know, like, hopefully you'll come back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's bigger than me too. So with the community and that sort of thing. So I don't take that lightly.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. I like the way you put that. And I was not able to make the 5K, but Charity, who does the juices here, she made it.
Okay.
Something was going on with my family that weekend, but anyway, she loved it. She came back raving about it. She really enjoyed herself. So I hope I can be a part of the next one coming up.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, and the thing about that 5K is that was a lot of people's first time. So it was just like, this is a Black-owned 5K in Southside, and we have Black people with also non-Black people running together in Southside. And
That's
for
big.
a lot of them, like, that was their first time, and
That
they're
is
like,
big.
oh, I'm gonna do another one. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
that's big. Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. So I want to go ahead and give you your props, because I see that you support a lot of local businesses, and you just stated it. I like your humility as far as saying it's a lot bigger than Jasmine. and I can see you in the community. I see you, even on, and let everybody know like your Instagram and all of that too, because I'm gonna allude to that in a little bit. So let everybody know where they can find you on
Oh,
social media.
which ones? To find Wonderfully Made, you'll want to go to on Instagram. We're gonna start with Instagram. That's gonna be at Shop Wonderfully Made, and you spell made MDE, so leave out the A. On Instagram as well, Blk Healthy. That's gonna be BLK, the letter N as in Nancy, Healthy. So Black and Healthy. And what else? Yeah, I mean, there's my personal one, but you gotta find me. I'm not gonna tell you that. So yeah.
Cool. And the reason I wanted to put that out there because I follow a lot of different entrepreneurs, business people in our community, but I gotta say that your page is one that I see so many other businesses that you highlight, so many other entrepreneurs that you advertise, and I just want to say big props to you for that. You know what I mean? Because every time I go to your post or something pops up, it's always advertising somebody else.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's big. I think more entrepreneurs should do that. You know what I mean? Because it's like we all can win.
Oh yeah.
Let's all celebrate each other.
Yeah.
So just wanted to give you your flowers. You know what I mean? Good job.
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing that. So, all right. So now I want to talk about something new in Jasmine's life. So you recently left a career.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say you stepped out on faith and went into a career that I would say, just based on our conversation, that one, you went to school for and something that you have a passion for. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I actually went to school for interior design, and before I actually graduated, there was a whole thing that happened. I actually had a job for an event planning company.
Okay.
Because I wanted to do event planning and interior design combined. And the reason why I wanted to, like I said, I love like events, like experience and so forth. But then also I like to place things in ways that make sense, which is a part of the experience. And so interior design is also like that as well. That goes into called the user experience. So you're thinking about how people are moving throughout a space. How is it going to be used, and what is the best way, or what is efficient, and that sort of thing. So that's how they kind of like go hand in hand. In that way. So anyway, when I got out of school, before I got out of school, I had to go to summer school unexpectedly. And while I was in summer school, the event planning company, like literally the last week that I was in school, they was like, yeah, we can't bring you on because we just lost a big client and all this stuff. So I moved home after school, and from then on out, like I was like, I gotta make some money and I gotta pay these student loans. So I was gonna have to work. So I worked multiple jobs from that time up until recently. So my last career, it was, draining, to say the least. It was so draining, especially when you didn't necessarily feel like you were being, I wouldn't say recognized, because I don't have to go based on, I don't need recognition. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really need that, but it's another thing for where you do a lot of the work and you're at the forefront of the company, like meeting with the public or talking to the public at all times. And then with the pandemic that happened, it's just a lot. And also with like all the hate crime that had been taking place these last 3 to 4 years, it's been a lot. So with that being said, I had been in survivor mode, like literally survivor mode, and just trying to get to work. Like I can count on my hands the many times that I've missed work. So with that being said, like didn't really have breaks, and if I did, I wasn't getting paid for them, and like holidays and all that stuff, while everyone else was or could work remotely and that sort of thing. And so recently, I hated applying for jobs. Like, I hate it. I still hate it. But I just got to a point where I'm like, this is not what God intended for my life whatsoever. Like, this is not it. So at this point, out of desperation with what was going on with that last career and their transitions and changing a lot of things, it was like, all right, it's time to go. And there were multiple times where I was like, this is gonna be I'm not staying here no more past this.
Right.
And so with this year, I was like, no, like, I'm for real leaving this year. I'm not gonna go to my 4-year anniversary. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm getting out.
Okay.
So, by the grace of God, because it was nothing but God, it was nothing but God that got me my new career, which is actually in my field of interior design. So
Nice.
now I'm actually a new homes design consultant for an energy efficient builder, and it's great.
Okay.
It is day and night.
Gotcha.
It is day and night on being in an environment where, where you are heard, is what I should say, and people trust you to build their home. Like, that's an intense job.
That's big, yeah.
And also with me being detail oriented, with like, I do event planning, and that takes a lot of detail, like a lot of work. Small and big things matter. All of it matters. And so with this career, that's the same thing. So I kind of get to dive into that a lot more now. So.
Well, congratulations. And you know what? This is what I want to touch on, because there are a lot of people out here, and even those that are watching, that may be in the same predicament. They have a career or a 9-to-5 job that they really don't like going to every day.
Right.
It's draining. They may feel unappreciated. How was that process for you? Were you a little scared at first to step out and leave this job that you've been on for almost, 4 years?
Yeah. So
tell us about that.
It was pretty scary. Like, I was over it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, I was scared. I was scared, but I was excited. Because, like, my last days that I was leaving, I was like, yeah, like, it's happening. But I was like, it's not real, though, until, like, I'm actually gone. Like, there could have been times where, like, I remember when I got, like, them offering me the job, like, my offer letter and all that sort of thing. And I honestly, like, there was a lot going on. Within 24 hours, all these, like, 3 things happened. Like, I got the job. I had a magazine interview that was publicized. And then I also got, like, approved for my location for Blk Healthy.
Okay.
So it was like, and that was all in less than 24 hours.
Right. You
So
had a lot coming at you at one time.
Yeah.
Man.
And for me, mind you, like, I don't take nothing for granted that I've been blessed with. Like, anything, being able to wake up, being able to see, talk, breathe, all that. Like, I'm blessed, right? But when that happened, it kind of felt like, all right, God, all right, you spring a little more blessing on me this day.
Right.
And I just, like, I'm an emotional person. Like, I feel, but I couldn't even really cry because I was still and kind of like, all right, is this real? Like, I can really walk away. For real, like, this is actually happening. They're not gonna be like, oh, something came up and we can't bring you on to this new job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to, like, really, like, break from that because I had been so much in survival mode for so long. And so, yeah, like, if you feel like you feel scared, like, know that that's a good thing. It's good that you feel scared because, one, you have to elevate. Like, right now, like, my career is literally making me elevate in my whole, like, lifestyle. Like, going to bed at a certain time, waking up at a certain time, you have to take all these things into consideration. Like even being able to dress up now. Like I was wearing the same outfits every day.
Gotcha.
Every day for what, over 3.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to work. I don't want to think about it. I'm putting these clothes on. I'm not putting no makeup on. I don't care. Same stuff. Now, it's like I get excited. Like, what am I going to wear?
Right.
What is the day going to consist of? And you know, that sort of thing. So, yeah, you just got to do it. No matter how afraid you are, you have to also, big thing is, just because your life changes doesn't mean that you believe in it, and you have to believe that you deserve those things. Like you have to tell yourself, like I do this every morning, that like I'm needed, I'm loved, I'm respected, I'm worthy of these things, I'm good enough to have these things, I deserve these things, just because I am. Like God placed me here for a reason.
Right.
And you have to like believe it, you know, like even when you start, like you may not believe it, right? But when you keep doing it and you keep reminding yourself, like, yeah, like I deserve this.
You know, those self-affirmations are important.
Yeah.
And you know why they're so important? Because we always have that other voice in our head.
Oh yeah.
The voice of doubt, the
Oh, yeah.
voice of insecurity.
Oh yeah.
So you have to combat that. You have to combat that. And I'm glad you brought it out because there's so many people. You just said a lot in that little short period of time.
I'm so sorry.
But I'm glad you did. I just want to highlight, I'm glad you did because a couple of things you said that I want to build on. When you get in survival mode, which I would say most of Americans are, they have a job, it feels secure, you paying your bills.
Oh yeah.
Most people that work a job are in survival mode. A little bit comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep.
If it's a job that you go to every day and you don't particularly find enjoyment out of it.
Right.
What you did, which also we had another podcast and we brought that out with Jared as well. Sometimes you have to make moves scared.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you have to step out on faith and do it fearful. And that's what I want people to realize. Because it's a lot of people that are stuck.
Oh yeah.
They're stuck at a job going to each and every day. It's draining their energy. It's causing problems within their relationships because they're unhappy. So if you have to do it scared, do it scared, but just take that step.
Yeah.
And you were forced to even elevate once you took that step.
Yeah.
So imagine where you would be if you stayed stuck for the next 4 years.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of people are.
Oh yeah.
So I really want people to hear that from you.
Oh yeah.
And how long has it been since you stepped over into your new career?
I'm going on 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So this is fresh, y'all. This is fresh.
This is real, y'all. Let me tell you, the difference is I live 10 minutes from my last job. Now I have to drive to Greenville County. So doing that, I gotta calculate the time I need to leave. Like this is the absolute latest time you can leave. Expect at least one wreck or something.
Always
you're
on
gonna be in
85.
traffic for an additional 10 to 20 minutes.
Yep.
And yeah, like
Yep.
you, and even at work, because there's so much to learn. It's like now I have to make sure that I get my rest.
Right.
So that I can be alert to learn all this stuff. Because this is somebody's house. This is not a little play house. It's not a little storage. No, this is a house. This is a $500 to $600, $1 million house. This is somebody's house, and every little detail matters.
I'm going a step further. This is somebody's dream.
Exactly.
It's somebody's dream, and that's in your hands now.
Exactly.
You know?
And they're looking to you like, what do you think?
Right.
Like, well, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I would also say for the person that's stuck, you have to imagine yourself in the place where you want to go to. You have to imagine it, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I've been so frustrated with God. Like I've been like, God, now for real now. Like I've literally said it, like, for real. Like where are we at on this agenda? Because I can't do this no more. I'm like, I cannot do this no more. Like in tears.
Right.
Where it literally just feels like, you feel like you've been forgotten. You feel like God's ears are on mute to you, like he don't hear nothing you say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna wake you up so you can go to work, you know, like be grateful. And that was the thing too, like of feeling like you feel like you're ungrateful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I do have a job and I can pay my bills, even
Oh,
if
yeah.
I am working check to check.
Right.
Even my check is already spent before I even got that check.